voting for people, policies, or identities? Let's start with a quick poll. How many of you could list 3 specific policies your preferred candidate supports? Now, how many chose that candidate because of their values, personality, or what they represent? According to research in political psychology, while many of us believe we vote based on policies, a large portion of voters actually lean on 3 other factors: who the candidate or party is, their leadership, their personality, what the candidate or party symbolizes, our values, identity, and sense of belonging, and which group we feel we are part of or want to represent. In fact, one study found that for voters whose identity was strongly engaged, the policy positions of the candidates were almost irrelevant. According to research, 90% of both Trump and Harris voters said they chose their candidate because that person reflected their personal values. Research from Duke University found that people often think about what their vote says about themselves, how it makes them feel as a person, what it says about them to their friends and colleagues. In other words, people don't just vote for policies, they vote for what their choice says about them. And if that's true, if our vote says something about who we are, then we have to ask, what identity are we expressing? Are we voting out of fear, out of hope, out of belonging, out of pressure? In fact, research has shown that voters are most likely to perceive themselves as similar to the candidate of the party that they support. In other words, we don't just choose candidates who share our policies, we choose the ones who reflect ourselves. Maybe the real question isn't just who we are voting for, but what kind of person we become through the choices we make, politically, morally, spiritually. Maybe in the end, our political identity should be less about the party we stand with and more about the principles we stand for.